Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we are back doing Standard Constructed. All right, this is a budget brew. I was inspired by a deck Travis from SeemsGoodMagic was playing on stream. He got a list from a player. It was a blue-black Rise from the Tides list. I liked it, but it ran languishes. Basically, it ran some expensive stuff. This is about as budget as you could possibly imagine. I think the most expensive card in here might be a Shivan Reef, which is sad but true. You have Mayakos, something like that. Thing in the Ice. Very cheap deck. So here's how it works. It's basically all spells, right? Except for 3 Thing in the Ice and a Disciple of the Ring. Everything else is a instant or sorcery. So the whole point is keep the board wiped or bounce all their creatures until you can set up a nice Rise from the Tides. And then kill them with Rise from the Tides, and that's about it. So it's just basically a control deck that wins in the mid to late game from a Rise from the Tides. So we've got, as our removal, 4 Fiery Impulse, 3 Roast, 4 Radiant Flames, 2 Geist Blast. Geist Blasts are more in here for the copy effect. Just, mid-game getting 2 Fiery Impulses with Spell Mastery, or it doesn't work with Radiant Flames, unfortunately. You have to pay the mana or else it doesn't work. But maybe even a double roast, something like that. Disciple of the Ring is more of an experiment. It kind of non-bows with Rise from the Tides, but I think it's a pretty powerful card. In this deck in particular, it's going to be able to basically do everything. It's pretty versatile. 4 abilities is useful, I think. And as a one of, it probably won't come up that often, but we'll see. Card advantage, we have 4 Anticipate, which I guess is not card advantage, but then we have the Pieces of the Puzzle and Epiphany at the Drown Yard. Counter spells, we have a couple Negates and a Scatter to the Winds, and that is basically the deck. Just survive to the late game, resolve a Rise from the Tides, kill your opponent with a ton of zombies. Now you might see the mana base is very strange. We have a Plains in here, and a Swamp, and a Yavimaya and a Port Town. So we're running all these weird lands because Radiant Flames. We want Radiant Flames to hit for 3 consistently, so we have the Evolving Wilds. And yeah, basically, I watched 8 matches of Travis doing the blue-black Rise deck, and I think the only 3 archetypes he played against was green-white tokens, red-white aggro humans, and Bant humans. So I'm sure there's more decks than that. We're going to be doing tournament practice with this deck to get a feel for it, because this is, I think, a weaker version of what he's doing, which is saying a lot because his deck already looked weak. But sideboard, we have some Dispels for like Collected Company. We have Rending Volley for like Archangel Avacyn, maybe some other pesky white or blue creatures. Roast if we need it. A couple more Negates, Compelling Deterrence, bounces Planeswalkers, possible upside of making them discard. Scatter the Winds for control matches, and Burn from Within, another way to kill Planeswalkers. So is the deck great? Probably not, but why not try it out? Maybe we can improve on it. But we'll see. So we're going to be running this in the tournament practice room, and we'll see you then. All right, we're in the first match here. We're going to play first. Yes, this is a keep. It's a pretty nice hand, actually. So we're going to get our red mana first. Granted, we need double blue for that Scatter to the Winds, but we'll figure it out. Okay, black-white. All right, set up for a nice Scatter to the Winds. So maybe Esper Control. In which case, maybe we just want to cast Pieces of the Puzzle. Yeah, we probably do, actually. Just an Anticipate and 4 lands. All right, bit of a miss on that one. Alright. Still no plays. So this time we're going to leave up our mana for Planeswalkers. We can leave up Anticipate as well. Alright, let's Anticipate here. Impulse, Impulse, Thing in the Ice. Alright, let's take the Thing in the Ice. Roast number 2. Well, I think we're passing again. Got to leave up that Scatter to the Winds. So our deck is running 26 lands, which is a lot. Looks like our opponent is likely to control themselves. Alright, we can leave up Epiphany, I guess. We're going to have to discard here, so probably just ditch a Roast. Seems like it's not likely to be useful in a match like this anyway. Demonic Pact. Alright, let's scatter it. He'll probably, I suppose, negate that, but let's do it. Or not. Alright, not super likely this Thing in the Ice is going to stay alive, so maybe we just want a piece of the puzzle again. But might draw too many cards. I guess we can Thing in the Ice. We can't leave up a counter, though. Could also Epiphany. We need to draw a land, so why don't we just Epiphany now? So we're Epiphanying for 4. See how we can split it. Alright, we'll do Anticipate in a land, Disciple of the Ring, and Anticipate, and see what he lets us do, I guess. Could have also split it, land, and then the 3 spells, but he actually gave us the land one, which is kind of nice. So like I said, we're just trying to hit lands here so we can at least get to the point of casting Rise from the Tides. Starfield of Nyx. This lets him bring enchantments back, right? Okay. All our removal seems a lot worse, but we do have counter spells for this matchup, which is good. So I guess we do Thing in the Ice now. Why don't we Anticipate? Maybe find another land. Actually the pieces might be more useful. I have a feeling the Thing in the Ice is not long for this world anyway. Okay. Thing in the Ice not looking super useful. We do have counter spells out of side to bring in for this match, but we have a lot of removal, so we're not going to be able to, I presume, drop enough removal. Yeah, a lot of removal. Alright, let's cast pieces here. So we get another pieces in a Rise. Take them. And I think we're going to do it again. Epiphany and Anticipate, sure. All right, so now we're going to discard, I guess, some removal. Let's get rid of the Roast and a Radiant Flames. Could have done the Geist Blast, I guess, too, but... So, chances of our opponent having a Languish are quite high. But I think we're still going to drop a Rise from the Tides like it's hot, or try to. Yeah, the chances of our opponent having a Counterspell or a Languish are like in the 99.9 percentile here at this point. But I do not have enough mana to Rise from the Tides and leave up Negate, so we're going to see how many Languishes we can get through, I guess. Alright, let's try and cast it here. So we can bring in Dispels, because I imagine he's going to bring in Counterspells too. And we can bring in... Well, we want to bring in Dispels, Negates, more Counterspells. Don't have any outs for enchantments. All right. So play the Reef. What is the play? I guess we can pieces again. Maybe find another Rise from the Tides. Hey, with Negate backup, that's pretty good. All right. So now I guess the plan is discard another removal spell. And at the end of our opponent's turn rather, maybe we anticipate? Could do that. Discard 2 cards. All right. That's the 2 impulses that don't appear to do anything. So we need one more land. So probably just anticipate for a land, I guess. So we can play Rise and leave up Negate for another Languish. Oh, purging his own Demonic Pact, I see. Oh, he sacked his Demonic Pact. But what did he purge? He had to purge his own land? Is that what we just witnessed? I feel like he forgot to use Sorin, but maybe he didn't. Well, could take a 3rd Rise. We probably need that more than a tap land anyway, I guess. Alright. Oh, tap land? Bummer. Alright, let's just play the Rise here. And then after this, we'll be able to rise with negate backup. So if he has a second Languish, guess we can worry about that. So we have a lot of dead main deck cards in this matchup. My opponent's so close to getting 28 vampires. So I probably have to take a turn off, I guess. Although maybe I shouldn't have discarded all my Radiant Flames. All right. So doesn't have the Languish? Or... Really? Wow. Just picking them off one by one. Wow. So he's got 5 enchantments, which means he's got creatures now. I see. Okay. So he can only deal 11 to us, but that's probably enough, I suppose. I suspect. Yeah, because then these on his turn can make us take 4 damage a pop, so looks like we're likely dead now. Quite the strange match. Yeah, I don't think I can win now. So maybe I'm supposed to just concede. Because we die from Demonic Pact during his turn. But, I mean, he already knows what our deck's doing. We have a lot of things to cut at this point. So I've got 12 zombies I can attack with. That's only 24 damage. He has 2 blockers. I can Geist Blast. Just still not enough. So I don't think we're going to do anything else. I think we just pack it up. I mean, we can make him Demonic Pact us, I guess, but that's all right. Let's just go to game 2. Like I said, we have a lot of dead cards this match, so let's change that. So we'll bring in the Burn from Withins, because those can actually burn face or Planeswalkers. Bring in the Scatter to the Winds, the Negates, probably the Deterrences, I guess, and the Dispels. And let's cut a bunch of removals. So Radiant Flames are going to be gone. I think the Roasts are gone. We'll cut the Fiery Impulses. And I don't even think we want the Thing in the Ices, really. Can I do anything better than them? Probably not. So we'll just run a bunch of counter spells. Card draw. And alright, let's hope this is enough. We didn't see any instants out of him, so maybe Dispel's not good, but we'll cut back to 3, and I guess we'll keep the Thing in the Ices around. Alright, let's do this. Alright, we'll play first again. Yeah, we'll keep this. I like that this hand can... feels like this hand can do some things. So I guess we have no need for Converge anymore. Which means we probably just find our second blue so we can cast Scatter to the Winds. So pretty positive we want to do a turn 3 pieces of the puzzle. Because if we're on the play, we'll be able to cast it without him resolving anything else. I think even if we were on the draw, we would let him basically resolve a demonic pact and just make sure that we counter the Starfield of Nyx, I guess. All right. It's a lot of pieces. Missing on pieces is pretty nuts. Like I said, we have... Well, I guess we have 26 lands. We have 4 non-creature spells, so it's only 50% of our deck, I guess. That is legitimately spells. So maybe that does make sense. Well, we can leave up a couple negates, but I think I'm going to pieces one more time. Just want to make sure we're getting... So we have all 4 negates, huh? All right. Well, that's something. Our opponent knows we have at least 2 negates. Okay. Let's discard... Guess of pieces. Only have 3 zombies in our graveyard right now, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, I guess we want to still negate it. I think we want to leave up 2 negates, actually. I don't really care that much about Thing in the Ice. Although, that's not true. I guess... Here's the thing. If he resolves the Starfield, I can Compelling Deterrence it. So if he has a counter for our negate, I can bounce it and make him replay it. All right. It's really not that big of a deal, I guess. I guess Declaration of Not is something we probably have to worry about too, but that's all right. All right. We have 7 of our 26 lands in our graveyard, which is kind of nuts, actually. All right. So I guess we're going to have to discard. I could have just cast Geist Blast on my opponent, I suppose. But now we're going to have to discard it. So we're looking to get some lands from this Epiphany. Guess we'll split it like this. Because I wouldn't mind getting a second rise and anticipate either. Alright. Thing in the ice. Let's discard, I guess a Dispel. Feeds our rise anyway, which is getting pretty good. Yeah, we have 9, which is a lot. Purge, discarding a land. Yeah, don't really care about Thing in the Ice all that much anyway. So, wait, how many? We should still have quite a few lands left, yeah. Alright. Alright, looking to cast a Rise and leave up a Negate. And then we'll only have 1 Rise left, I guess, but that's the plan. We could go for Rise with 2 Negates. Might be in our best interest, actually. We only have 1 basic left to find with this Evolving Wilds. Just no play from our opponent. Alright. Slow and steady wins the race. That's what they always say. So we either want our second rise or a land from this Anticipate. Alright, let's take our second rise. These can go on the bottom. Untap. Anticipate again. Find a land. I guess since we're at 8, I'm going to do it now. No land? What the? Alright, take the deterrence. And I guess we'll discard one. Burn from Within could still... I don't even know. Maybe Burn from Within's not even that good in this match. Guess we'll find out. So I'm 1 land from Rise plus double Negate, which probably is valuable enough where I want to do it. Opponent's in full-fledged discard mode now as well. Just kind of humorous. Alright. We'll Epiphany during our opponent's turn. Yeah. So I guess we'll discard another deterrence, I guess. This is a weird match. So like I said, once I can cast Negate with double, or Rise with double Negate backup, we'll feel pretty good. So it's just Epiphany for like, so we look at 6 cards. So I guess depending on which pile he gives us, something we can think about is, alright, he's giving us Dispel, so I don't know if he's running counters or not, but he's discarding like crazy. So are we. Alright, let's, so I guess technically we can cast Rise with Negate and Dispel. Maybe that should be good enough. Probably just need to bust it though. Hmm. All right, so we'll dispel that. Sure. So now we've got negate backup. And next turn, even if he gets by our negate, which I think he will. I think he'll likely languish, which I'll negate, and then he'll do something else crazy. We can rise plus double negate next turn, which I'm hoping is good enough. All right. We're still fine. Still fine. We still have rise plus double negate. So we pretty much have the win, I imagine. He has a double counterspell wall to get through. That's not so easy. Yeah. Double counterspell wall. This is the oddest match I've ever played. My opponent says he watched his SeemsGoodMagic a lot, and I improved his game, so that was nice of him. I didn't notice it. He said it 12 minutes ago. But I have responded now. Don't want to be one of those ignoring jerks. All right, so we got by 2 languishes and a SeemsGoodMagic command. How many more can we get through? My opponent says, no problem. I always draft. Played you once. I lost. Okay. Well, we all lose. We definitely all lose. My opponent says, you got me now. All right. He hasn't even seen the layer of negates that he has to get through there. So, all right. Let's bring Dispel back in, because SeemsGoodMagic's command, probably not worth it. Although Compelling Deterrence is pretty ugly. This was, I mean, our plan for winning the match is C4 negates? Is that what it is? I don't know. Burn from Within didn't seem so sexy. Dispel, though, pretty relevant, I think. Relevant enough where I'm going to just put all 4 in. And probably just cut a Burn from Within. I mean, I can't imagine Burn from Within being that great. Thinking the Ice is not that great either. This has been established, but I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. Is my plan to just maybe double Burn from... just... Maybe I can kill him with 2 Burn from Withins in the most ridiculous late game play ever? Or Burn from Within copying with Geist Blast. Now, in that case, it actually does copy the converted mana cost, so... Then we would only need to have 14 mana and we could nuke for 20. That's not bad. Let's try that. Sand is good. That was funny that we were each going back and forth for like a couple turns, just discarding cards from our hand. That's pretty insane, actually. Both just have too many cards, just like 100 untapped lands, and neither of us are just budging. It's kind of funny. But right now, I don't have any counter spells, so I'm gonna duress. Okay. Guess it doesn't matter what he takes here, does it? It's like two of the important spells, and if he wants to take Epiphany, so be it. I think I agree with that play. Pieces is pretty key important card for our deck. All he anticipates. Uh-oh, no land play. Well, let's punish that as best we can. Like our deck can punish. So we'll take the counter spell. I think that's, even though we need some lands, obviously, we have 26 of them, so how could we not find lands here? Let's just pieces. Rise and Geist Blast, okay. So we'll anticipate on our turn, and we've pretty much got a Naba land at that point. Although, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, now I kind of want to leave up negate. Although, is there anything at 4 mana I care about from him? I don't think so. Let's just anticipate. No lands? What? But we've got 26 of them. How could that happen? All right. So I guess we'll discard a Geist Blast. What's kind of cool is we can negate, and if we get in a counterspell war, we can still copy. There we go. You can still copy our negate with a Geist Blast while it's on the stack. Counter something else. So, not bad. So I guess we want an Epiphany. Actually, why don't we swap these? I'll take another negate. Scatter the Winds isn't even better for us. It's probably, I mean, it's straight up like strictly worse in this match because negate hits pretty much everything. He actually gave us he did give us what we wanted, so that's good. All right, let's play Evolving Wilds and pass. Still have negate and scatter the winds up, so what more does a boy need? I guess we'll ditch the Geist Blast number 2. Just discarding like crazy. So we have 9. We've got a lethal Razzmatazz, but we're doing the same thing we did last time, which is just get enough lands where we can counter back up our stuff here. Yeah, we'll scatter it because why not? We could have negated it, but the negate is much more premium, like I said, in this matchup, so we don't want to do that. Let's just get more blue. Alright. Keep playing the tap lands here. All right. Hey, I forgot to anticipate there. That's all right. That's all right. I guess we can pieces of the puzzle if we want. Probably want to be honest. Dispel and a bunch of lands. All right. All right. Well, still have a very lethal Rise from the Tides. Double counterspell wall to get through, which is nice. So at this point, we might as well just Rise plus negate backup, I guess. That should ideally be good enough, right? He doesn't even have blue mana, so this is definitely lethal. And Languish is not going to do it, because we have negate. So unless he has... He could have Languish plus Dispel, I guess. All right. Definitely don't care about that. All right, Deadweight is going to resolve. Opponent has not played a land yet. So all we have to do is make sure he does not resolve a Languish. And I guess we have to allow him to cast like a... Well, if he has a pacifism, he won't be able to resolve a Languish. So probably can counter... Opponent says GG's. So it looks like that's that. All right. Got there against the Demonic Pact deck. That was very weird match. We both, like I said, both just drawing a lot of cards, playing lands, drawing it out a long time. But all right, let us try round number 2 and see how we do there.